Yeah. You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So what more they want to know? You understand me? Praise Yahweh, and everything in your life are going to be alright. You understand me, my brother? Trust me, man. Listen, Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. You got to be strong, no matter what goes on. Hold up your head, some time to move on. It's not easy. Life is not easy. No matter what they do, they will laugh and talk with you, then turn around and try to hurt you. It's not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray, as I kneel and pray. Cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. I am not ashamed to praise my Father's name. Put Major Riley in the Hall of Fame is not easy. Life is not easy. Life is in a mess. We have to do our best to alleviate the stress. The truth we possess is not easy. Life is not easy. Yahweh, send me an angel today, cast all my sins away, as I kneel and pray. Yahweh, send me an angel
The Nation of Yahweh presents The Unfolding Light. Today's show is brought to you by Builders of the Highway Foundation, Yahweh Life Center, Neo Jazz School of Music, Yahweh Education Centers, and the Temple of Brothers and Sisters of Goodwill. And now for your host, Dr. Lud Yisrael.
Boker Tov and Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to the Nation of Yahweh's weekly teleconference, The Unfolding Light. I am your host, Dr. Lud, along with my co-host in studio, Sister Tamar.
Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom.
Well, praise Yahweh. It's a great day. Yahweh is doing his work. We in our feast season, the end gathering. We just left the memorial blowing the trumpets a few days ago, moving into the Day of Atonement, one of the most important days of the year, and we'll be moving right into the end gathering, the Feast of Tabernacles, and the Holy Convocation. Today on Unfolding Light, we'll have Who is Yahweh by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Directly after that, we'll have a keynote message from the Master Teacher, the founder of the Nation of Yahweh, the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And directly after that, we'll have the part where we all take part in unfolding the light, and we call it Power Talk. And now for our prayer. If we will all stand and face the east with outstretched hands, O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Yisrael forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame upon thy great name, nor reproach against thy works. For surely we have turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults. Cleanse us of our secret faults, and guide us to the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths, are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterika, Yadze Rezonka, Kim Bashemayim Kain Ba'aretz, Et Lekam Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Kartienu, Kimosa Sol King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayom, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leolameh, Olamin Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is a name that you should know because it's the duty of the Son of God to proclaim his Father's name. And here you have a whole bunch of people going to church, 400,000 churches, and they don't know the name of the Father. They say such silly things like, Father, God, help me. Both of them titles. Father is a title, God is a title. Who's going to answer to that? The purpose of the coming of the Son is to reveal the name of the Father. That's who he prayed to, our Father, and he called his name. He said, hallowed be, holy be thy name. How can it be holy to you and you don't know it? Interesting, isn't it? There are a lot more interesting questions than that about that situation. But when you begin to read your Bible, as I call this to your attention, you will discover from the Old Testament of Genesis all the way through Revelations, it's all about the name of the Father. It's all about his name. But somebody got you calling some other kind of name, other than the Father's name. And you don't know his name. And unless you learn his name, then you're never going to move from poverty to riches. And if you don't come into the knowledge of the name. Haven't you ever wondered why it is that you have the same God, have the same churches, and the same names that white people have? I mean, have you noticed? You do. Our people have the same, right? Isn't it strange how God always answers white people's prayers? And black folks' prayers don't seem to be the same magnitude. You know, you say, well, I get my prayers answered. Well, why don't you ever get answered to be the ruler? I mean, you know, my people are always on their knees in front of white people asking white people to let them be accepted. Why do you need to ask white people for acceptance? Why don't you just ask God? Doesn't your God have enough power to make you accepted? Why can't you be the people that everybody else wants to be among? Why are you always running after somebody else to be among them? What's wrong with your God? Why do you have to go around always on your knees with your hat in your hand begging for a job from white people? Why don't your God just give you some jobs? Oh, I have to ask you some serious questions because white people move from poverty to riches every day. Huh? They come from Russia. They come from Europe. They come from England. They come from all over the world with nothing on the ship. Come and get in your neighborhood. Come with a buggy and a basket and a wagon and push it around in your neighborhood and move from poverty to riches out of your pocket. You live in the neighborhood and stay poor and just pray all the time. You prayed enough to rule all the world. So who is Yahweh? Yahweh is the God of the Bible. He's the God of the Hebrews. In the beginning, Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. Yahweh is the man that beat up on Pharaoh. Y'all remember how he put plagues in Egypt? That was Yahweh did that. Yahweh is the one that when Pharaoh got real sassy, he drowned him in the Red Sea. That's Yahweh who did it. Yahweh is the man that when Daniel refused to bow down to another nation and quit facing the east and praying, when he refused to stop praying to his God, which was Yahweh, they said, well, we're going to put you in the lion's den, starve them. Threw him in the lion's den. Yahweh locked the jaws of the lion. Lions could do him no harm. Rulers got scared. Came and got Daniel out and made him a ruler. Right? I just want you to know who Yahweh is. He made the sun, the moon, and the stars, all what you see and haven't seen. Okay. So who is Yahweh ben Yahweh? I am his son. I am his son. That's who I am. I am the son of Yahweh. I don't care who else is the son or who else they are. It makes me no difference. I'm not here tonight concerning myself with who is the son of who. I'm the son of Yahweh. I have to tell you who I am. Yahweh is my father. I am his son. What makes me his son? What makes me Yahweh's son is I do not have a will outside of his. I have no thoughts, no ideas, and no program outside of Yahweh. You'll find that all that I ever do, all that I've ever done, and all that I'm ever going to do is found right in the Bible, and it's traced right to his will. No exception. I take no credit for all that I have built. It's all in his name. Yuhe-Wafe. That's one of the things that make me his son. Also, I have no difference in his word. I only speak his words. Even the words I've spoken to you thus far, the principles of those words are all in the Bible. Every single one of them is found in the Bible. No exceptions. So I walk as he says walk. I talk as he says talk. I act as he says act. I do whatever he says do. I have no idea of doing it any other way. Those are the things that makes me his son. I obey his laws, his statutes, his judgments, his commandments. That's why I'm successful. He said in his holy word that if I obey his laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments, that he would make everything, all the works of my hand would prosper. So all the works of my hands, it's prospering. I'm telling you why. Now, what about you? You might say, well, if you're the son of Yahweh, can I be? Of course you can. Of course you can be the sons of Yahweh. Every one of you can be. Every one of you can be the daughters of Yahweh. All you have to do is like I do. Obey his will, just like I do. You automatically become. You believe on his name, then you have eternal life. There's no other name under heaven that you can be saved in other than God who created it. You can't be saved in no name but the name of the one who created everything. And he gave his son a name higher than all the angels in heaven. What's the name higher than all the names that the angels could possibly have? The Father's name. There can be no name higher than the Creator's. So the son has to come in his father's name. Just like if your name is Davis, then your father was named Davis. If your name is Smith, your father's name was Smith. My name is Yahweh, so my father's name is Yahweh. That's logical.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I certainly like to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for coming to us and teaching us who is Yahweh as no one else ever could do. Praise Yahweh. Also, I want to thank the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for teaching us our true history, which used to be the world's best kept secret. Praise Yahweh. And now a brief bio on the master teacher, the founder of the nation of Yahweh, the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came to Miami, Florida alone in 1979 to become the spiritual leader and founder of the nation of Yahweh. Although he took a vow of poverty that same year, within 7 years, he guided the nation and those who followed his teachings and principles to amass an economic empire in the greater Miami area and throughout the United States worth over $250 million. Under his direction, the nation of Yahweh has grown to encompass disciples, followers, believers, and supporters in thousands of cities across the United States of America and indeed throughout the four corners of the earth. The University of Yahweh, for which he has established the curriculum and for which he has received great acclaim in educational excellence, currently has locations across the United States. The moral teachings of Yahweh Ben Yahweh is bringing about a change in the lives of individuals and causing them to take a different approach to life. This approach is based on the scripture which reads, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Yahweh Ben Yahweh continues to give. That which he is given cannot be measured in monetary wealth. Yahweh Ben Yahweh has given the world the keys to success in life politically, educationally, economically, socially, and spiritually. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, the architect of the universe, the blessed and only potentate, the founder of the nation of Yahweh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. This is the memorial blowing of trumpets. Feast of Trumpets, and I would like to give you evidence that I am blowing the trumpet of warning in America. Now let's read 1 Chronicles 28:4 and determine what we're all about, what the real fuss is about. 1 Chronicles 28:4, read.
Howbeit, the Lord Yahweh, God of Israel, chose me before all the house of my father, to be king over Israel forever. For he hath chosen Judah to be the ruler, and of the house of Judah, the house of my father, and among the sons of my father, he liked me, to make me king over all Israel.
Praise Yahweh. Now Israel is in the news every day. The name Israel, our name is in the news every day. International news every day. Yahweh keeps our name in the news. But we, the sons and daughters of Yahweh, the children of Israel, they try to pretend we do not exist. But we understand why. Nevertheless, we shall continue to blow the trumpet. I shall continue to blow the trumpet, and you shall continue to blow the trumpets. To our people, giving them warning about what is to transpire. Yahweh gave us the memorial of trumpets, popularly called the Feast of Trumpets today. The Feast of Trumpets is the fourth festival of the seven. We have 7 festivals, and the Feast of Trumpets is the fourth festival. And ironically, it comes on the first day of the 7th month of our sacred solar calendar. Maybe it's a coincidence that it comes on the 7th month. I doubt it. As we know, the number 4 is popularly known as a foundation number. And I'm only going to get into half of my subject matter, but it's very important for us to know that the Feast of Trumpets is the 4th festival. Comes on the first day of the 7th month of our our sacred holy calendar. That means that we are either ahead or behind the world. We're leading the world. Because the false Jew will be celebrating Feast of Trumpets, when? 2 months from now? In October. Considerably later than we. Praise Yahweh. Feast of Trumpets is a festival. It's something very important. So important that Yahweh decreed it one of the 7 festivals of perfection to direct our minds upon some special event. And of all the years that I have taught you about the Feast of Trumpets, I'm going to give you completely new knowledge tonight. Not until I speak to you in a moment will you know the purpose of the Feast of Trumpets. Up until now, we have basically just celebrated the Feast of Trumpets. We celebrated it because Yahweh said celebrate it. And we didn't have too much of a reason to celebrate it other than the fact He said celebrate it. Yahweh said it, so it's written, and that's it. We do it. Praise Yahweh. But that's not good enough, according to Psalms 47:7. That's not good enough. It's not good enough to just do it because Yahweh said do it. We must do it because He said do it. That is true. But to do it only because He said do it, that's not good enough. Verse 7, read.
For Yahweh is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding.
Up until now, we have not had that deep understanding as to why there is a festival known as Feast of Trumpets, a memorial blowing of trumpets. Why such a festival? Well, let me answer that question for you quickly. The memorial blowing of trumpets pictures to us the return of Yahweh, the Son Yahweh. Pictures the return of the Son Yahweh. How? Return to the earth in supreme power to rule all nations. Not just my coming, but the trumpets must be blown, signaling the fact that I'm coming with supreme power. Not just power, but supreme power. Not just to rule in Israel, but to rule all nations on the earth. Because right here in Psalms 47, Yahweh is king over all the earth. Verse 3, let's read.
He shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under our feet.
Praise Yahweh. Verse 2, read.
For the Lord Yahweh Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth.
Not some of the earth. So the Feast of Trumpets, the memorial blowing of trumpets, is all about this announcement. Yes, you white people have been ruling the earth, but we're here blowing the trumpet of truth and reality that your rulership is finished. You have no choice now but to shake and tremble, according to James 2:19. You have no choice. All you nations of the earth, you must now mourn my coming. All you tribes of the earth. Matthew 24:30. It's your time to mourn now. Because we blowing the trumpet. Read.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
See, first, there's going to have to be a sign that appears in heaven, on earth, in other words. In our kindergarten thinking, we have been trained to look up. And there's no such thing as up, it's only out from the planet Earth. There is no such thing as up. It is only out from the planet Earth. You see, up in China is down in America. Out in America is down to the Chinese. Because the earth is a sphere, circular. And therefore there can be no up unless it was flat and nothing beneath it. So it is only out. And this is not about anything out there. This is about everything here on earth. So there's a sign that must appear on earth. So the memorial blowing of trumpets has always been about my coming to you and my return to this earth. To get done what they lied and said got done 1900 years ago. It didn't happen then. That's why I had to return. If it happened then, I wouldn't have to return. It would already be. So since it's not, here I am. Praise Yahweh. Now, you can't get spirit on me here because it said there would be a sign in heaven of the Son of Man. You have to give up the spirit and deal with the Son of Man. Praise Yahweh. If you think I'm spirit, come and touch me. Praise Yahweh. Now, we're in solar time. Don't question me about why we're in solar time and how we're in solar time. You go to Romans 1:25 and read who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie. And then go to Daniel 7:25 and ask the question about the lying devils who thought to change the laws of Yahweh in the times and the seasons. And then go and ask them, why do you go against the Bible and what Yahweh decreed as the ruler of day and change it from the sun to the moon? And when you trace this down, you find out that it is the white people who changed the truth into a lie. So don't question me when I take you back to Genesis 1 and 5 and prove what the ruler of the day is. Read.
And Yahweh called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Now you see, he established how you know what a day is. Darkness and light constitutes a day. All right, now I want the verse where Yahweh said, verse 16, and Yahweh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the moon, the lesser light, to rule the night. He made the stars also. Yahweh made the stars also. So now Yahweh didn't make the moon to rule no calendar. So you have to go and ask the white people, why are the calendars of today moon calendars, lunar calendars, when Yahweh didn't make the moon ruler over the day? he made the sun, which is the solar calendar, ruler over the day. So the son of the heaven is the ruler of the day, and I'm the son, ruler of the day. So don't ask me a question. Ask the liar, John 8:44, father of lies, why he changed. I can prove to the day that we are worshiping the seventh day, not Saturday. We worship the seventh day. Every day of the week gets its turn. So only Yahweh's truth remains standing tall as I teach it to you. And the devil and his lies remain condemned according to the word. And the way that we know I have to be on the right day is, Yahweh said, this is a sign between you and me. Exodus what? 31. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, verily my Sabbath you shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that you may know that I am the Lord Yahweh that doth sanctify you. Huh? Then he goes on through here to tell us he will bless us. We bless more now than ever. Must be doing the right thing. I must be on key. One thing we know, the solar day is ruling. Always has, but the devil sought to change the time and the seasons. Why? So you and I would be cut off. Hallelujah, Yahweh. You'd be looking at the wrong sun. The memorial blowing of trumpets signifying the return of the sun, Yahweh. Up to now, up to this very minute, the very few called by Yahweh have had to overcome Satan and Satan's world. You've had to overcome Satan and Satan's world. And that's a very difficult job for some of our people to do. Praise Yahweh. Very difficult for some of our people to do. Overcome Satan and Satan's world. His world. Praise Yahweh. So this has been our problem. We have had to overcome Satan and his world. Materialism is something that has been put into us from a child. Santa Claus was all about materialism. Thanksgiving, all about materialism. Back to school, all about materialism. Labor Day, all about materialism. Picnic, materialism. Food, 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 food. We do nutty things for food because we've been programmed. But fasting is good for us. It gives you time to think about Yahweh. Do I want to serve Yahweh or do I want to serve my belly? Is my belly going to be my God? Where? Philippians. All right, read.
Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things.
Who mind? See, when your belly is your God, then your mind is on earthly things. When your belly is your God, then your mind is filled with earthly things. What you want to say? Yahweh's alive? And you whom your belly is your God, your end is destruction. Those that drink alcohol tend to be drunk and gluttonous bellies. Both of you are going to be killed. Deuteronomy 21, 18, and 19 tells you about that. The gluttonous and drunkard. If you love that, you still are going to be killed, rocked to death. So in Philippians 3:19, if God is your belly is your God, then shame shall be your glory. Your glory shall be shame. So when you be fat, it's a sign that you better get your belly under control. And you that are skinny and trying to get fat through your God belly, your end is destruction. It's rough overcoming Satan's world. You watch television, the devil advertises food every few minutes. Eat something, eat anything. The way they show TV, they'll make you eat the woman on the commercial because she's always on there. In every conceivable condition. It's difficult to overcome Satan and his world. And yet, those of us that are coming to Yahweh right now, that's our difficulty. We are the special breed. To attain salvation is much harder for us in the now. That's why you see those that come in and they go out. See, it's very difficult to let the cares of this world alone. Now, if it seems evil unto you to serve Yahweh, then you choose this day. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Do what you want to do. But as for me and my house of believers, we will serve the Lord Yahweh. So I can say with safety that up until now, the very few called by Yahweh have had to overcome Satan and Satan's world. And to attain salvation right now is much harder than it will be for the overwhelming majority of our people yet to be called as the judgment of white rulership heats up. The overwhelming majority of our people that are yet to come are not going to have the problem of overcoming Satan's world that we have. Because see, we are that first fruit. We are a special group called out of this world. Praise Yahweh. Well, how are we special? Means that if we overcome Satan and his world, we shall rule with Yahweh, the Son Yahweh. That's the reward. You will rule with me if you overcome now. To come now and go back out there, you think I'm going to put you over somebody? Oh, no. Many whom you know that went out may come back. But see, they had that chance. As I am giving you your chance. As foolish as you are, nevertheless, I give you a chance to learn how to not be a sluggard, study the ant, and not need a ruler, a guide, or an overseer. I'm giving you the opportunity to come and learn how to be a ruler, a guide, and an overseer. And you will be a ruler, guide, and overseer over those who came and left. And those who are yet to come will be over them, because they're the last and they shall be first. But if you can endure and stick it out, then you'll rule with me.
Yahweh. What a time of year, holy season, holy feast of trumpets. Our Father Yahweh blowing the trumpet. Come on, family. He said it's harder for us to come in and to be disciples of Yahweh, servants of Yahweh. But it's going to be easier. The more this devil go down, the more these Democrats and Republican butts, or whatever they call them, all these fake, false teams that they demand that you be on is coming down, is crumbling in our eyesight. Open your eyes, family. Wake up. See the destruction that Yahweh is causing on all these people who believe in that stuff, who believe in the vote, who believe we got to turn this city a different color, blue or red, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Yahweh is in control of all. Yahweh's plan of action is being fulfilled, and there's nothing that can stop the destruction of the wicked. There is nothing that can stop Yahweh from destroying the wicked. Praise Yahweh. Ain't that a great thought? Wow. Now your job, if you like to rule with Yahweh, then you got to choose you this day who you gonna serve. Everybody know Joshua 24:15. Who you gonna serve? Whereas for us, me and my house, we gonna serve Yahweh. The people who are listening today, we know Satan tried to come among us today and do some tampering with the systems, but Yahweh didn't allow that. We still here. We still broadcasting Yahweh's word, and we have a lot to talk about when we get to Power Talk. Praise Yahweh.
Welcome to the Nation of Yahweh National Economic Summit, taking place this October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Over these 3 days, we will unite to explore innovative strategies for economic empowerment, national growth, and eternal success. Together, we will lay the groundwork for a future rooted in prosperity and guided by the laws of Yahweh. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. To register for this event, visit feastofyhwh.com, feastofyahweh.com.
Tensions are escalating between the drama in the courtroom of the so-called. Tonight, an American mother and her child kidnapped in Haiti. So we're going to start with the war in Ukraine, or actually start with
More military and intelligence officers say that
amidst
the
the
government
boom in
knows
artificial
more than it is
intelligence
messing
following
around
the warehouses.
Is this the world you want to live in? There is a solution. The solution is ethics. I wrote a book about it entitled Ethics: How to Achieve Heaven on Earth. Let us consider this solution together. Get your copy today and let's talk about it.
Praises unto Yahweh, and Yahweh been Yahweh. From the nation of Yahweh,
YahwehRadio.com. 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 Let nobody turn me away from Yahweh. YahwehRadio.com.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is a great God and a great King above
YahwehRadio.com.
Rescuing our future since 2004. From beginner to advanced. From melodies to mastery. From practice to performance. Neo Jazz School of Music, creating space for young people to express and to grow. Now with 2 locations, New Orleans and Miami. Enroll today at neojazz.org.
Yahweh Virtual University is now providing free weekly Saturday classes for students of all ages. Yes, you've heard that right. Our free Saturday Bible Fun classes allow students to create fun projects while learning Yahweh mathematics, reading, writing, and of course, amazing Bible stories. Click the link in the description below to see the correct age group and time students should join our free Bible Fun classes. We look forward to seeing you each Saturday. Praise Yahweh forever.
What do all these people have in common besides a beautiful smile, healthy teeth, and gums? They all use Zodi toothpaste. Zodi toothpaste is made with all natural ingredients. Zodi toothpaste is fortified with moringa and baking soda. Zodi toothpaste is suds-free, making it an excellent choice for kids. All natural, fortified, and suds-free. Get yours today at noystore.com.
This program is dedicated to the spiritual resurrection of the righteous people of the planet Earth and to the establishment of the kingdom of true holiness and righteousness, the kingdom of God Yahweh.
You see, people take life to a different dimension. You understand me? But a Yahweh me seek and a Yahweh me serve, because Him are the God of Israel, which are the true living God. You understand me? He's 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
All right, family. You know what that sound is? That sound is what time it is. It's time for Power Talk. Praise Yahweh.
Praise
Wow.
Yahweh. Wow.
What a message. What a message for us. Blowing the trumpet, Yahweh himself blowing the trumpet in our midst to remind us of our sovereignty. Remind us that we shouldn't be bogged down by the cares of this world that he is destroying in our eyesight. Can you imagine? People just out there and it's a godless society. God has nothing to do with their life. Is that you? Is that us? Are we going to be consumed with, oh, I got to go do this and I got to go do this because that's the only way I can survive. And the only way I can survive is if I work for this person or I get this money or, that's the cares of this world. You got all these agencies on my budget. You got the EPA, the APB, and the BB. You got all these numbers and letters that's saying you got to do this, and the air quality and the water and the food. Those are the cares of the world. And if you be consumed with those cares of the world, you'll miss your calling. Yahweh called you. He blew the trumpet to serve him. Yahweh take care of every single bird, every single animal, everything out there in nature is taken care of. Yahweh do it. None of them have a job. They just serve Yahweh. They do what he take. They do the first duty of man, fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. All other living creatures on the planet fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. What he commanded that thing to do, that creation to do. And he gave you a choice. You can choose you this day to serve Yahweh, or you can get caught up in the cares of this world. See, Yahweh take care of us. Even though we don't even know it, we think it's some of the stuff that we do. Yeah, well, see, I was charismatic and that person liked me, so he gave me a job. You know, no. Yahweh is the cause of all things. Remember that. Sister, when you think about sovereignty and we think about this upcoming summit where we're coming together economically, we pooling resources, we pooling knowledge, we pooling energies. What really do our family need to focus on?
Wow. First of all, I want to just praise Yahweh for giving us the information through the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You know, realizing that this trumpet has sounded for us to really start overcoming, really deeply start overcoming the things that we've been challenged with for so many years. Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us so many examples of the challenges. But to answer your question, Yahweh gave it to us in our motto. You know, I didn't come bearing the answer. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came with the answer. Our motto is our salvation. One God, one mind, one love, and one action.
And we have to be all for one and one for all.
And one for all. And so this summit is a space for us to really start deepening that energy. You know, the sounding of the trumpet is really dictating to us, like you were expressing. We have to figure out strategies collectively on how to overcome these systems that are subordinate to us.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
So Yahweh Ben Yahweh continues to tell us that we've been subjected to the subordinate mind. Ye, the children of Yisrael, the children of the Most High God, Yahweh, have to wake up to your reality.
The rulers of the planet.
You are the rulers, have to wake up to your own reality that you have everything you need to overcome the world. Yahweh Ben Yahweh came giving you just practical solutions. Well, practical and tactical solutions.
Exactly. and he said that when 144,000 of us gather together, this wicked rulership is over. Can you understand that? Now, let me repeat that. He said, Yahweh Ben Yahweh taught us that when 144,000 of us come together in unity, the energy and the vibrations from that particular act will end this wicked world. So Yahweh is already destroying it. So 144,000 of us will come together, period. It's up to you to choose whether you be part of that number. Where they say, oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. And we ain't talking about a football team. We talking about the true saints of Yahweh, those who overcome this world. And see, to overcome this world is easy. You fear Yahweh, you keep his commandments, and you pray to Yahweh, and he will protect you, and he will provide for you like he provides for everything he created. You get on task, get on your purpose of coming together with your parts. You know, the valley of dry bones, we are scattered from our parts. Our parts constitute the body of Yahweh when we come together.
Well, I'd like to add some layers because to what you just said about what it means to overcome, and overcome in the action word, the active part of the word means to conquer, crush
that wicked mindset. Overpower your wicked mindset. Overwhelm your desire for the things of this world with understanding of Yahweh and what he has in store for us, our inheritance.
Reduce. Surmount. Survive. Weather
the storm.
Win.
Now.
So just and as in beat or defeat. This word overcome, you are to defeat these ways. The
ways in your mental, this deceitful mind that tells you want to get season tickets to the game. I know it costs $3,000, but I want to be in the front row and I want to be at the game every single game, and I'm gonna spend money on that when your life depends on you setting up systems of your own. We can always be in part of somebody else's nation, whether it's wicked, whether it's not so wicked, whether it's righteous. We can always be part of somebody else's nation, but it's time for us to rebuild our own nation. And I'm speaking of the nation of Israel, how it was in the past in monarchy, with Yahweh ben Yahweh as our king. And I'm also talking about in the past that Yahweh ben Yahweh produced and demonstrated to us on how to build a nation. So when you think about that, our nation was destroyed for over 400 years. And Yahweh ben Yahweh stepped on the scene and he rebuilt our nation. We are a spiritual nation right now. And it's time for the true disciples of Yahweh ben Yahweh to manifest in the flesh a nation. See, the nation was built in us by Yahweh ben Yahweh. It wasn't the brick and mortar buildings that he had. That was a physical representation of his divine mind and what we are to produce. And then it's only temporary, family. What we produce now is only temporary. We have a city built for us. That's right. We have a city that Yahweh built for us. And imagine the technology in that city. But in order to get to that city, we must overcome this world.
We have to overcome this world.
And the main thing that we have to do to overcome this world is begin to build our own systems that feeds ourselves, that monetize ourselves, that the labors of our hands benefit us in our nation.
And I think one important and critical element that we often speak of here is that in order to exist in heaven, Yahweh ben Yahweh speaks to this. In order for us to exist in heaven, we have to recognize there has been an old way. We've been subjected to a pattern, a way of being. And for us, our reality is to this high holy season is a reminder. This is time for us to remember. When we think about what memorial means, it's something to remind people of an event or something. You know, it's something there to design to get your memory to focus.
Bring back to memories.
Exactly. We spent the year working, we've done all these things, but Yahweh give us an opportunity to remember his law, remember what we're supposed to become, remember our duty. We have to overcome this world. Our work is to not coexist with the enemy of Yahweh.
No, it's not. Integrate. No, it's
We
not.
should not be coexisting with the enemy of Yahweh.
Should not be integrating or doing anything to continue to support his systems and his form of de facto government that's not of the people, is not by the people. It's just dictate to the people. But then when they need to get elected, they come beg the people for their vote. That's incongruent to logic. You only see people every 4 years when they need you to vote for them. After that, they go on off, make billions of dollars, doing all their wicked wheels and deals, and your communities continue to be downtrodden and in poverty. Homeless rate continues to increase. I mean, we can go on and on because the political system that is set up by Satan is not your salvation. There's nothing that can save what Yahweh plans to destroy. Nobody, no one can save what Yahweh is planning on destroying. So let's get that through our head. It ain't about choosing sides in a political system that both sides is against you.
Praise Yahweh.
It's about choosing Yahweh. Yahweh said it. Yahweh is our mayor. Yahweh is our president. If so, he told us to build our own systems. It is so easy in this country to build our own systems.
It is.
I realize that, we have a lot of conferences and a lot of movements about people cooperating. They call it a cooperative movement, where people are pooling resources and they opening up stores and they get sourcing their products from people in the cooperative sector, and all of them are cooperating and has their own systems to feed themselves.
Well, when you think about that, that is like similar to what has happened in this country. Historically, time after
For
time.
us.
Yeah, our communities have found ways for us to like support each other and coexist. And what you speak to, especially when you talk about how Yahweh is going to destroy all of this, that is a fact. One thing that memorial blowing of trumpets does remind us is that in the word memorial itself, memorial also means a statement of facts, especially as a basis of a petition. So, these things are realities that we face. We understand that Yahweh has put a petition in that this world shall be ending, and you have opportunity, time to really work together to get yourselves pulled into a better position.
Well, Yahweh also said in this message that it's going to be easier as he destroys this devil and as these systems go down. It will be easier for people to come to Yahweh now because they're starting to see the thing that he taught us 30 and 40 years ago. Okay? So now, what we're going to do with that? Are we going to build systems that they can run to and support? Or are we going to just talk about it and say praise Yahweh like a parrot and no understanding because no motion? He talked about the many that are first shall be last, and the last that shall be first. Whomever gets out here and do the work, who dedicated to doing this work, to dedicated to coming together, pooling resources, setting up systems, just like after slavery, we went and created so many cities, and the devil destroyed them all. Some under lakes, some he just burned down. Some he just ran the inhabitants away, with the KKK, which was a political party enforcement. It's historic. Look it up. But that ain't the issue. Like I said, none of that is going to save us. And my producers are telling me it's time for Power Talk. It is time for Power Talk, family. We do invite you all to join our conversation because we can go on all day with this. It's sovereignty time. It's nation time, family. It is nation time. Praise Yahweh.
That's right, family. It is now time for Power Talk. If you are on the Zoom app, all you have to do is press that microphone to unmute yourself. And if you're dialed in, I believe that *6 is how you get unmuted. We invite you to share back on what you might have heard in today's conversation. And what Yahweh Ben Yahweh came, he just gave us so much information for us to consider and inculcate and embody in our day-to-day practices.
That's right. That's right. And then one point while people are deciding to chime in, I wanted to go back to Yahweh Ben Yahweh distinguished that the sun is where our solar calendar comes from, not the moon. If you go by the moon, everything will rotate. Nothing stays the same. Moons don't even be out most of the month. You know, you got a new moon, then you got a half moon, you got a quarter moon. If you go by the moon, then that's the deception of Satan to put you on a different calendar. But if you go by the sun, nothing rotates. So when Yahweh Ben Yahweh moved us from the lunar calendar, which everything moves around, to the solar calendar, everything stabilized. So do your research, family. Yahweh Ben Yahweh taught us about that.
Praise Yahweh.
And now, family, if you'd like to chime in, it's time to be sovereign. We're having an economic summit for our Feast of Tabernacles, and we're having a few different events that will be on site in the beautiful city of New Orleans. And the only thing beautiful about it is the Yahweh is choosing to bring us together in this city. And this is the city that they thought they cut off the head, that they took our father, that they put their hands on him, and they sealed the fate of America. That's why nobody can save America, because the United States government put their hands on our father and indicted him and said, United States of America versus Yahweh. Now, who you think gonna win? They thought they won. They thought they won. They thought they cut off the head and the snake dies. That's what the classic CIA tactic, cut off the head and the snake would die. They cut off the head, but they couldn't cut him off. When they took his body, he taught us for at least 10 more years. While they thought they had cut off the head, we're still here. And we're coming together, and 144,000 of us will come together and form a Yahweh Global Alliance. It will be where we all cooperate together and we all understand that it's only one reason we're together: to do the will of Yahweh. In totalitarianism, in perfection, in fullness, we come together. And watch how this 144,000 come together. Praise Yahweh, we do have a caller.
Yes, we do. Caller with your line unmuted. You are now live on Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Power Talk.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh. This is Sister Yochebed, Sarah Yisrael. And family, what we were discussing earlier, our brother Dr. Lud mentioned about how the climate, they put fear in the people as if the world is going to implode somehow because of certain emissions or things that we have been doing for literally hundreds and hundreds of years right now. We have to understand something. Yahweh told us is this earth was made to be inhabited forever. There is nothing that is humanly possible that can destroy this planet. If it's Yahweh's will for this planet to be in existence, it will be in existence. I want us to understand how devious the powers that be are. And when they say, make the statement that there are too much carbon emissions, we must destroy carbon. Are you aware of the fact that almost all living things that are alive, are made of carbon? People, your body, my body, is made of carbon. So when the statements are made, we must reduce carbon. What they are literally saying should be clear. We need to stop just listening to mainstream media for at face value and decipher the words that are being stated. Yahweh came to us and told us to do 2 Timothy 2:15 every day. He said we are to decipher everything that we come in contact with and make a decision, rightly divide the word of truth. So there are many people right now that are caught up in, oh, I shouldn't drive a car, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. Look, when you exhale, the waste that we exhale is inhaled by all living plants. Okay? We learned this in school. But we have a people on this planet right now that is sitting up here telling us that that emission that's coming from our body, all the waste that's coming from us, is destroying something. Think about that. Remember, we have to create the real science. Yahweh said even science, which is something that should be pure, could be pure, is even contaminated. Okay? We exhale carbon monoxide. Okay? What comes out of vehicles? If what came out of cars, you know how many cars? I lived in New York, in one of the biggest cities, that there were emissions galore. You could literally come into the city and know, oh my goodness, smog for days. The trees are still standing, y'all. The trees are still standing. I live right across the street from Prospect Park on Ocean Avenue. There's a huge park right across from me. Nothing but traffic left and right. The trees are not harmed by the emissions that man is creating right now. It is a hoax. It is used to deceive you into getting locked up into a controlled situation, into a controlled car, into a controlled city where you cannot move but 15 minutes north, south, east, or west. Don't focus on the hype. Focus on Yahweh. Yahweh's creation is perfect. Yahweh made us to live forever. And all we have to do is continue to grow, work together, get to this economic summit, family. That is what we have to do, and focus on what Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us. He gave us life. And all we have to do is stick with him every day, 24/7. Thank you, family, for letting me share. Love you all.
Praise Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for giving you the wisdom to share. I thank Yahweh for our family. Sister, you about to say that? Okay. Hey, well, we're still in Power Talk. And one thing that our sister was talking about is that we do have waste products. We exhale things that are not supposed to be in our bodies. And when we mask up, that's just a way of you. That's like putting on a diaper, you know, and then, you know, going to the bathroom. It's the same. It's a waste product. Those things are not to be constantly kept back inhaled into your body. And when you put these masks on, you breathe in your own waste product. Nowhere in history did we require, the Yahweh require us to put on masks over our face for anything that's going on with us. So when you think about getting into our own systems, see, Satan has poisoned the air, he's poisoned the water, he's poisoned the food, he's poisoned the ground, he poisoned the oils and ointments that you put on your body.
Almost everything.
Poisoned the clothes that you put on the body. He poisoned everything. And so now you're just bombarded with all of poisons from every direction. And the first thing you have to do is clean out your mind through your studies.
Praise Yahweh.
And your body can overcome the fiery darts of Satan, all of that. You can overcome it because as you study, you learn, you begin to abstain from different types of clothing. You begin to abstain from different types of food. Because now the vegan foods, processed foods, is just as bad as the regular processed food because it has some of the same ingredients with these seed oils. So, family, now's the time for you to study like you've never studied before to overcome this world.
Well, our reality
Back to
is
Eden.
back to Eden. Our reality is, and Yahweh ben Yahweh, tells us on a constant basis the challenges we face by being subject to the rulers of darkness in high places. These are the things, these are the results that we get by being in their, them as the leaders.
Yeah, being subservient
If
to
they're the
them.
rulers of our reality,
We vote for them.
these are the things that happen to us. And so this high holy season is an opportunity for us to really reflect back to the source of all things. There's a power higher than these rulers in high places. That power is Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh.
We have to be reminded that the creator of all things has the power to clean up the air, to clean up the water. He created all of this. And when we put our trust in the source of all things, then we are actually overcoming the challenges that we see these rulers and these wicked people in high places. They just deploying fiery darts day after day, system after system. And so we don't need to fear these things. That is the opposite of what we need to be manufacturing here. We need to be manufacturing the faith warriors in Yahweh that trust in our God Yahweh, that he created us so divinely to overcome these things. So that's what our consciousness need to be focused on.
Family, I have an announcement. A profound announcement.
What's that announcement?
The day is the first day of the candidacy for president, Yahweh. I am on the campaign for us to vote for Yahweh. Okay? So look out for all kinds. No, it's time for us. Yahweh ben Yahweh say you should be a registered voter and you should go for both parties, register in both parties, but our vote goes to Yahweh. Let's go to the polls, write in Yahweh and vote for it. And vote for Yahweh. Let's show our power, because it is for us to mentally, spiritually, physically cast our vote for Yahweh through our actions.
And Yahweh is already our president.
He's gonna be our president.
Our ruler. And
go ahead.
And the thing that we have to really
it's just a campaign.
I understand. Praise Yahweh.
It's a campaign that Yahweh
we should be campaigning for Yahweh all day, every day. And our reality is working to incorporate like this motto as an active tool for us to overcome these challenges we face. They put systems out, right? Like our food systems. Well, in cooperation with each other, in ways that we can work together, we figure out how we determine who's growing foods, right? And we talk to that person. Can they be a producer for different things? Like if we have restaurant businesses, can we create a storehouse from the production of those products?
Absolutely.
But these are the conversations we need to be having when we come together at this economic summit.
We have invited some growers, as they call farmers, who have farms and have products that they grow and they produce. And we need to connect to them, so that we need to know about them. We need to do the Amazon thing where we mail order from them, can be delivered right to your door, and that's how we support each other, one another. But see, my whole point in this economic summit is we can't support each other if we don't know each other have business. We can't support each other if we don't know each other's aspirations to go into business, to take care of a certain segment, because whatever you are doing, we will need that in what we're building, whether it's construction, whether it's growing food, whether it's textile with the clothing, whether it's every aspect of life. As we build our own systems, we will need that. So whatever you're doing in life, you will be able to do it for ourselves. It's just we have to build the systems to contain that. That's all. And that's why, we're not looking to the vote for salvation. We're not looking to it for salvation. Yahweh is our salvation. That's why our vote is always for Yahweh, period. Yahweh is with us 24/7. He don't come around when their system says time to go and do an insignificant thing that does not really change anything on the ground for us for positively. In order for us to change things on the ground for us positively, we have to do it ourselves, period. This has always been the message: self-sufficiency, independence, sovereignty again. We've been sovereign in the past for thousands of years. Now, this last 468 years or whatever that we've been subjected to the devil, to the worst mindset on the planet, the absolute opposite of Yahweh. Yeah, it may be hard for us to overcome this devil, but it's not impossible. All you have to do is do it. What they say, just do it. Just do it. Keep the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh. Fear Yahweh and do his will. Serve him. And you've overcome the world.
Praise Yahweh. We are in that season, and so I want to remind family that our Day of Atonement will be sundown Tuesday to sundown Wednesday, the 24th to the 25th. I hate saying those name days,
Right.
because we have to really move into our own systems so that we can speak to each other in the ways that Yahweh give us. And these name days are the things that man has manufactured that has us in a state of disconnect. So just putting that out there.
Disclaimer about the names of the days.
The names of the days.
Yahweh didn't name days.
He didn't name those
but
days.
for us to be on the same accord, we have to use them currently.
Our work is having this come back to our minds and for us to remember.
Remember, that's what the blowing the trumpets is all about, us remembering.
Memorial blowing the trumpets is causing our memories to come back. Memory is connected
is the root word of memorial.
Exactly. is the root word of memorial. And when you look at that definition, the mental capacity or faculty of retaining and reviving facts, events, impressions, etc. So these facts about ourselves that we haven't had access to. The fact that knowing someone changed the day and Yahweh didn't name our days. Yahweh did not name our days. And then also this memory we have to resurrect is who we are as the children of Yahweh. So just go into this season with the heart and mind focused on reconnecting and atoning and being at one with Yahweh. So I just want to share that and ask that as we come to a close to our show today, that you keep in mind that none of these things are too difficult to overcome. They out there, right? But Yahweh give us a way. He give us a path forward. And that's through connecting to his divine mind that we're able to overcome this world.
That's it. I mean, it's not rocket science, people, although rocket science is way far different than what we thought it was. It's a bunch of people doing some crazy things. And basically satanic lies is the same as always. These things are just hyped up because the devil always hype himself up to be, we so exclusively high-minded when they are the subordinate mind. Yahweh is high-minded. He's the most high-minded. And if Yahweh came to this planet and resurrected a group of people and gave them instructions, those instructions are the most high-minded knowledge in existence on this planet. Okay? So don't get it twisted to believe that their science is superior to Yahweh. Their perspective is the perspective. See, that's how you overcome the world. You change perspectives from the wicked man to the righteous man. Yahweh ben Yahweh came and embodied righteousness and perfection in all that he did and all he demonstrated to us and all that he taught us is perfection. Say, be ye therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. He taught us that. And the understanding of that is to serve Yahweh and overcome the world. Family, it has truly been a blessing for us to be here collectively on this platform, Unfolding Light, and understand that what Yahweh ordains is forever. So despite the fiery darts of different platforms and apps and stuff that don't want you to tell the truth remains. And Yahweh calls the truth to continue to be broadcast. Final thoughts, Sister Tamara?
I just thank Yahweh, and I thank our family for being consistent and present to sharing this knowledge so that we can collectively overcome these challenges and be at one with each other and really embody the motto that Yahweh gave us: one God, one mind, one love, and one action.
Praise Yahweh. Family, I will see you next week, but we will see you also at the Feast of Tabernacles. The online starts on September 29th at sundown. And on site in New Orleans starts that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 4th, 5th, and 6th. October 4th, we're bringing together businesses to network and people, citizens to network with business owners. And then, of course, we have a class on site. Then Saturday, we have the Economic Summit all day, which we also have a marketplace with vendors. If you like to vend, go online to the website, and there'll be forms for you to fill out for that. And that evening, we have a Yahweh ben Yahweh Unity Banquet with keynote speaker, the Most Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh, teaching us how to move from poverty to riches. And Sunday, we have a family meeting and, of course, a on-site class, which will be the virtual class, broad class, but on-site fellowship for all those still in town to come together, and let's keep it going, family. We are a family. That word does not roll off my tongue empty. I am talking to my family. I would love to meet you at the feast. Praise Yahweh. And that was my final thought.
Come celebrate Yahweh's Feast of Tabernacles. It's a time of joy, thanksgiving, and reflection. We come together to remember Yahweh is the foundation of sovereignty. Mark your calendars for October 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then join us at our national gathering site filled with knowledge, fellowship, and spiritual renewal in historic New Orleans, Louisiana. On Friday, there will be a business networking open mic and evening class. Saturday morning, join us for the first annual National Economic Summit and Marketplace. And that evening, for the Nation of Yahweh Unity Banquet with a keynote from the Honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh, teaching how to move from poverty to riches. On Sunday, a family meeting to discuss our nation's economy. That evening will be a virtual class fellowship. Bring the whole family and don't miss out. Experience joy, community, reconnect to your holy family, and refresh your spirit at Yahweh's Feast of Tabernacles. Visit feastofyahweh.com. See you there.
That brings us to the end of this episode of The Unfolding Light. Please join us next week for another episode of The Unfolding Light. And now, if everybody will stand and face the east with outstretched hand, as we close out this episode with a prayer, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Tefillah. Avenu Shabbat Shemayim, Yikadesh Shemeaka, Tavo Malkuterika, Yeadzerezonka, King Vashamayan came by Aritz, et Lekun Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslat Lanu, All Cartienu, Kimosa Soul King, Gamanatnu, Lakotiem Lanu, Veal Tevienu, Lade Nisayon, King Kal Senu, Min Hara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givera, Veha Tefieret, Leola May, Olamin Sela. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. So let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
And always remember, Yahweh loves you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so does the nation of Yahweh. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Thank you for joining The Unfolding Light, presented by the Nation of Yahweh. If you have any comments or questions, please email us at info@thenationofyahweh.com. Follow us online at thenationofyahweh.com and unfoldinglight.com. Get social with us. Follow the Nation of Yahweh on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, do remember to pay Yahweh and yourselves first and don't touch it, as instructed by the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can send your tithes, donations, and offerings to the Nation of Yahweh at P.O. Box 555-115, Orlando, Florida 32855, and be blessed continually according to Malachi chapter 3. Praise Yahweh and Shalom.
Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh.